Is she the right kind of woman to represent Helen? Everyone and their uncle is talking about the Odyssey, but there's something I noticed that I haven't seen yet discussed. Firstly, whether you loved it or hated it, the amount of discourse that this film has created, I think the ancient Greeks would be very proud. I've seen a lot of criticism online about castings being historically accurate. I don't know if people forgot, but this is Greek mythology. The film has gods and monsters and a cyclops that tends to sheep. I don't think we're supposed to learn from it on a surface level. It's what it represents and what's underneath the surface, which makes this story timeless, which gives this story so much weight. These stories have been reimagined and adapted like countless times, my favourite being the Simpsons episode. And look, to be fair, I don't think every casting works in this film. There's a casting choice that I found very interesting, and that's Lupita Nyong'o as Helen of Troy. I've seen people arguing about if she's beautiful enough, if she's historically accurate, if she belongs there, and if she's what Helen was supposed to look like. And look, I don't know if this was Christopher Nolan's intention, but there's something almost perfect about that reaction, because Helen was never represented by one woman. Helen of Troy wasn't real. She represented beauty and desire and ownership, projection and blame. She's remembered as the woman who caused the Trojan War, but she never launched any ships. Men launched the ships. Kings made the decisions. Armies went to war. Yet all that pride and ambition and violence gets whittled down to one woman's beauty that caused everything. So Helen becomes this figure that people fight over and people judge and people blame, and the actual woman disappears underneath all of the things that society projects upon her. And so, thousands of years later, in our modern day, a black woman is casted as Helen, and then people are fighting over her again. Is she beautiful enough? Does she belong? Is she the right kind of woman to represent Helen? So this casting, for me, just feels a little bit meta. It doesn't just modernize how Helen looks, it modernizes what she represents. So the audience begin to reenact the story itself, judging her beauty, questioning her legitimacy, turning her into contested territory. Casting Lupita doesn't weaken the meaning of Helen. It proves that the meaning of Helen still exists. Once again, everyone's fighting over Helen, and once again, she's being buried underneath what everyone else wants her to be. Is she the right kind of woman to represent Helen? Everyone and their uncle is talking about the Odyssey, but there's something I noticed that I haven't seen yet discussed. Firstly, whether you loved it or hated it, the amount of discourse that this film has created, I